kind of a hot take. Cloud9 should sell that team. Cloud9 should sell that team to somebody. I don't think they should exit CSGO. They should just sell that team. The thing is, like, for me, that
yeah, but who are they getting instead, though, Kassad? Like, are they getting FaZe? Because in this scenario, like, there's not that many better teams than Cloud9 to really have, though. You know what I mean? Like, unless they get one of the 6 teams above them or something, like, who are they getting, you know?
Well, they just wait to see how the market unfolds a little bit. Like, you don't have to get the team tomorrow, right? Okay. You know, if they sell it, like, also there is a thing, you know, with the brand. Like, they are the North American organization.
That's true.
Having the CS Russian team, it just doesn't feel well. When I look at it, it just doesn't seem right. Like, it doesn't seem like Cloud9 to me. It was like, let's put it this way: you are British, right, and you live in London, Maui. It's just imagine the national squad of England in football wearing yellow jerseys. That wouldn't be like.
No, I get you.
It'd still be like, okay, English football team, but like yellow jerseys, like it doesn't make, you know, it's not the thing. Like, you know, if they had a North American team, there is a way to fix the North American scene. That's another topic. But like the North American team should be, or at least the international one. But like they had a CS team. I get what they did. It business wise, it was good. They can sell fucking team for multiple $1 million to TSM, to whoever, right? But the thing is, like, the first step would be try to fix the team as it is. If that doesn't work, I would just sell it while the stock is still hot. So yeah.
All right. Here's a bunch of takes on this. First of all, since Kassad referenced him, actually the joke is, if you've seen Nifty's social media, it became like exclusively like fucking like hero coach speeches. Just that's all his Twitter is. Like every tweet is just sort of like, when you're a starseed spirit, they will try to enclose you with their norms and societal. Like, the fuck? All right. It's the same guy. If I like followed some by accident, that's actually just Nifty now. I don't know what he's doing, but you know, apparently he's happy, so it's all good. Bringing it back.
ESEA Advanced.
Oh, he still plays CS. Fucking hell. Okay,
he's playing Advanced. He's playing Advanced in North America.
Fair enough. Whatever. At least he seems to be on the
wings. He's that type of person. Like that. Like when it comes to Nifty, I don't think he's a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. He made bad decisions.
Sure.
In his CS career.
Yeah.
Right. Very bad decisions when he left Renegades, when he went for that Envy, and after that, whatever. But those things like he's into that stuff, right? I would never be into that, like coach quotes and like, you know, the sunlight and the dawn is new and whatever the fuck, right? I for me, it's just fucking just show me fucking the results.
Problem with that is, though,
let's get into work.
I actually even do like Nifty as a person. I thought he was a pretty cool guy. The problem is, though, I'll always say this. This isn't a fucking sport about being a nice human being. It's about how good you are at the game. So I'm sorry, he just wasn't a very good player. So I don't really give a fuck how, you know.
He had the mechanics. The problem with Nifty, he had the mechanics. He had the mechanics. One of the best like movements like at the time. Like he was like, his movement was sick. Like he could do anything on the server. His problem was in his head. Right? He couldn't really understand some of the things when it comes to the teams. And you know, it's his own fault what happened to him. Like nobody else. And he's very articulate. He likes to talk. He's like cool guy to be around. Like you can talk to him about different shit. He's gonna talk to you, but he made a bunch of wrong decisions, and I think he can come back from it, right? And he's trying, and that respect to him.
Well, whatever. Anyway, we've talked about it.
Quick correction. He's playing Challenger League.
Okay,
he actually qualified for that.
Okay, right, here's my Hobbit takes anyway. The problem is this. One, I agree with Maui, because essentially a point I was talking about on the watch buys. The real problem is this. The area I first noticed this, because here's the problem. It's not even that Hobbit is like, it's like I said earlier about the Stouting stuff. It's not like he's doing mad blunders all over the place. You're like, what the fuck, you idiot? You're blowing the game for them. It's just more that he just disappears in the game. Like you don't see him on the T side. It's just one of those people where if they get a kill, it's nothing. If they don't, you don't see him either. They're just in the mix of the game. And the reason why that sucks is because, like Maui said, the main angle he's supposed to lean on isn't even his fragging, which is all right, actually. It's supposed to be that he's experienced. If anything, he should be the one who's sort of the antidote to the Nafani choke or the shit T side or whatever. This is the guy, which is what he even used to do famously in his career, who should win you the big 1v2 that gets you back in the game. He just doesn't do that anymore, guys. Like that was that. It's quite sad because when they first came to LAN and everyone was flaming the fuck out of Axel and Shiro, Hobbit was the guy everyone was like, wow, look at him. He is like fucking Captain Kazakhstan, just saving their arse last second and keeping them in the game. And he even looked like the one who was more, back then, he was the one who was more mad that they were losing, and the rest of them were sort of like shit in the pants, like, oh my God. Now, actually, that's even, by the way, I can even connect that. In a fucked up way, Kassad, I actually really love that fucking Shiro goes mental like that when they're losing the game. Because if in games like that, when you are just killing it like that, that is a way, that if you do it in a non-toxic way, that is a way you can actually like, sort of like, it's like a way of it's like almost like slapping your teammate on the back, come on, fuck fucking get in the game. Like, look what I'm doing. Like, I'm trying to carry this shit. Just like, help me out and I'll fucking win the game. I actually like that though. I love that way Marcus had them when they just sit there all sad, like, oh, fucking game scored as shit. That's why I've always said to my boy Elise back in the day, like, come on, mate. That's even though it's not toxic, it's just so bitch made to just sit there like, no, whatever, we're going to lose the game then. It's like, well, in that case, how can you even complain? You didn't even give him a chance, did you? You gave up on him as well. And then the other thing I'd add in is this. The reason why you never hear this, and it is a hot take that Hobbit's like not that good, or maybe he's even part of the problem, is because everyone forgets the narratives. I don't, 'cause it's my whole fucking career. The narrative in this team when they were Gambit Esports was they have a trio of stars. It is Shiro, Axel, and Hobbit, and any of the three can carry the game or could be the MVP. Because remember, in the online era, they all won MVPs. It was supposed to be they had this big trio. Then here's how you know the moment Hobbit dropped off, because about a year ago it just became, and then they got Shiro and Axel, two of the best players in the world, and now it's like, and now they've got Shiro and fuck Axel, because that's how he says. Like, for some reason, Axel is just a whipping boy for every other element of the team. Like, it's so crazy. So, like, at this point in time, I sort of agree, because basically, even though Hobbit is not at the same level as the player I'm going to compare him to, the obvious comparison in terms of narrative is Dupree, because everyone in Vitality loves to bang on Apex, and what the fuck is Spinks doing, and, you know, like, everything. And the one topic that never fucking comes up is Dupree actually a good enough player to be in this team, or is Dupree ever holding them back? Because everyone knows Dupree's a legend. They don't want it to be true that he's part of the reason. So I think essentially one of the problems in this case is it's where you've actually backed into a case where people like Hobbit and Dupree, not only, by the way, were they very good players with long careers, but they're also people that there's no reason to dislike them. So unfortunately, I think it's a rare area where there's a blind spot for a lot of talent and they just won't flame these players. They'll never, they'll very carefully, even if they talk about a bad performance, shade it. They would never do it in the same way like we're saying. Like, essentially, I'll reframe what Maui said. Dude, Axel could have like a +8 in a final and get shit on like he was the biggest idiot of all time for not having a +28. But Hobbit could just go like -5 quietly and no one would ever mention it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm Axel, even I'd be like, really? Come on, bro. Like, I thought he's the one with all the experience who won the major. I'm trying to get there, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
2 points. First one on Dupree, right? Like, I agree 100%. We spoke about this multiple times. Like, it's like, let's take the basketball reference again. You remember Manu Ginobili? With Tim Duncan and fucking Tony Parker and Pop was the coach. Like, at some point, Manu Ginobili became a liability. Like, he's a fucking Hall of Time player. Like, Hall of Fame player, sorry. And it's like, he was, you know, he brought the titles. He won the Argentina, the fucking World Cup and the Olympics, whatever the fuck it was. Right? And at some point, he became too slow. He became too old. He didn't become too, like, he was missing shots. He was, like, not the team that, like, you know, San Antonio Spurs franchise, you know, can't tolerate anymore. So they just replaced him. The same goes with Tim Duncan. The same goes with Kevin Garnett, like Paul Pierce. Like, you know, it's just a lot of these players, right? The same goes in CS. Like, if you are a legend, you won fucking 20 events, 4 majors, whatever the fuck, right? And it's like, at some point, we have to, you know, replace you with somebody younger, better, sharper, faster, whatever. It should be in CS. We talked about this about Rain, Dupree, and everything. But the second point is about desk slamming thing and getting pissed off. I always told my players, 100% of the times, that if you want to slam the fucking desk, fucking slam it. Like, if you want to just hit the fucking monitor, slam it. We can afford a new one. I don't give a fuck. But if that's gonna get us going, that's gonna get us going. Don't be like passive aggressive. That's gonna make things worse. But slam us. Ask what the fuck are we doing? Like, you know, just anything, right? Any emotion. That's what I said to fucking Lias all the time, to JKS. Like, and like, if you feel frustrated about something and you want to fucking do it, just fucking slam it. Slam your mouse. I don't care, right? And at that point, I would either go for a timeout and not even mention that. Like, I wouldn't tell, can you please not to slam the desk? That would make things 10 times worse. I would immediately go into the game. Like, listen, guys, we need to do this, this, and that, and fucking, you know, just call around. Don't even pay attention for the fact that he slammed the desk. He's gonna use these 30 seconds to calm down a little bit and listen to me while I'm saying, and I'm gonna use those 30 seconds to actually get what I want to say and call the next round, right? Sometimes I wanted, like, I never did this, but I was thinking about it, like, to, in some rough situation, to do something so radical to get myself disqualified from the match live.
Dude, he's like, he's actually for real trying to do, you know, where like the NBA coach, like there's nothing left. You just get yourself tossed from the game. Like, that's the only. Left. He's actually trying to do that in CSGO. I love it.
I tried it. I thought about it. Like, I'm gonna fucking jump and I'm gonna take the headsets and slam them into the fucking crowd and start jumping on them, like something to get me disqualified. I'm gonna fucking push the admin or whatever, right? Like get in admin's face.
Just in the admin's face. You motherfucker, what are you doing?
Yeah, something. Like not towards my players, but towards the admin. Like, just show a middle finger to the admin or something like that get me out of the game. To get them going. I was thinking about it, but then I don't know how that would be a fucking
it would have been glorious, but you remember
this team like by rounds or something.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I was thinking about it, but like I said, like slamming the desk, all this shit, it's like very, very like I'm for it. I'm not against it. Just sitting there, like you said, like a little bitch. It's just passive aggressive. It's not the way.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or be a pleb and don't.